Hi everyone! So, as you can see, it's just me today. Me and Claire decided that because we don't see each other as often as we'd like to, that we would occasionally film separately just to keep the channel going so that it's as helpful as possible for everybody. So, it's just me today, and I'm gonna talk about being either because I noticed a lot of people on social media and just in general, like in my life, they're either going to treatment like for the first time, they're already at treatment. A lot of people seem to be struggling, and I know for myself, this is really, really important, especially in my recovery. And I heard from like mental health professionals and my doctors, my treatment team, but until I really found this to be helpful myself, I really didn't listen to anybody. And it kind of came up when I was in treatment, and I think it was the second time I was there. Someone my height accidentally disclosed their weight, and it was different than mine, and that caused a lot of chaos for myself, and it was really, really difficult for me to wrap my head around that. And it wasn't until years later that I really realized that everybody and every body is different. Whether you're the same height, you have different nutritional needs, you have different like activity expenditure, like you're not the same person. So you will drive yourself crazy comparing yourself to other people that you're in treatment with because you will pick apart every little thing about yourself and you're not the same person as anyone else. You're just not. There's no two people that are alike. Even if you're twins, you still have different needs. And I know that's really, really hard for people to wrap their heads around, but it's so important that when you go into a treatment facility, especially, or if you're friends with people with eating disorders, you really need to focus on you and your recovery. And it took me a really long time to realize that, but once I did realize that, I kind of stopped worrying about becoming friends with everybody and I really focused in on myself. So that was really, really monumental, I think, in my recovery. And I know it's kind of obvious, but I know like hearing things from people with eating disorders for myself has always been helpful instead of always hearing it from a professional because you don't want to think they're always right. They're not always right either, so whatever. Another lesson that I've recently learned is that as much as I'd like to think this is true, but you are not invincible. And stuff can happen. Like, I had my first trip to the hospital this year due to my eating disorder, and I've had a lot of medical complications recently because of it. And I've had an eating disorder for a really long time, and nothing has ever happened really like that serious. So I was always always thinking that I was invincible and nothing bad would ever happen. And I know that's what everyone's eating disorder likes them to think, but it's not true. So you are not invincible to your eating disorder. Another thing that I wanted to discuss, because I also see this being a common theme on social media recently, is that a lot of people seem to be relapsing or needing treatment or a high level of care, and they feel like they are not sick enough to get it. And I know what that's like. I've been there, and I have put off treatment multiple times because I wanted to get sicker, like whatever that even means. But you will never feel sick enough, ever. Your eating disorder will tell you that you need to purge more, you need to take more laxatives, you need to exercise more, you are too fat, you're not skinny enough, you need a lower BMI. And no matter what size you are, you'll never feel sick enough, and your eating disorder will never feel satisfied, ever. So you might as well just jump into treatment now and jump into recovery. Even if you have like a little piece of you that wants to get better, go for it, because that feeling might not last very long. So you want to jump on the recovery bandwagon as soon as you get any feeling like you want to go for it, because once it's gone, it's really hard to get back at times. So my advice is just to go for it, even if there's just a little teeny weeny little piece of you that wants to get better. And your eating disorder will never be satisfied, so it's better to not dig yourself into a further hole than you're already in, because it's just more of a hole that you're going to have to climb out of when you get to treatment. Like, for instance, like I always felt like I wasn't skinny enough to be in treatment, and then it was just more weight that I'd have to gain once I got there. So you're just going to put yourself in more pain down the line, and just try not to make things worse. Try and make them a little bit better. But I hope everyone has a good day or good night, whatever area you're in. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!